Hello, hi everyone. I'm Saki and I'm here to share with you about essential oils and my experience with it and my knowledge till where I have learned. And it's it's a learning experience, and you can keep learning every single day. So it's never enough. So let me get started. I'm going to share my screen and share some information. Okay, so here we are. So I'm going to introduce about essential oils today, and just in general tell you what it's all about, where is it come from, and how did I get into it, and what is, what is the benefit of all of us using it in general. So here is, so let me start with my journey first. Okay, hold on. Here, there's an echo. Okay, so there we go. So my journey till here. I began with essential oils about 2018, and I've always been intrigued with all these natural therapies and natural remedies and a lot of natural stuff, basically, because as I grew up, I was exposed to a lot of medicines and a lot of chemicals because I had allergies, a lot of allergies from skin, from nasal. So I had colds and coughs. I had issues with eczema. I had acidity issues, so a lot of digestive issues. And as I grew up, I had to keep going to the doctor for everything. And obviously, the doctor gave me medicines for each and everything. And that actually triggered my digestive system even more because the medicines did not suit me. Not always antibiotics worked with my body. So I began my journey with natural stuff. I think when I was in college, because I learned over there that to combat my digestive system issue, the least I could try and do was give my body a break and let it reset. And someone told me, so how do you do that and how do you reset? Basically, what I needed to do was just fast once a week. And I tried that. Well, I think a lot of us do fasting, and especially with Indians, we have like some of the other day that we try to do fasting, which I never really believed in when it came to, religious purposes and everything as much. But I said, okay, it works. It makes sense if I need to fast and detox myself. So I tried that, and it helped me. It helped my acidity and disappeared. Well, I never got triggered as much as I did later after that. Then I realized that when I needed to combat with my flu and my cough, when I went to the doctor, he himself told me that, every time you come here and you give it a quick fix, then what happens is it just um, clogs all your mucus, and everything's going to just get worse, and it's going to lead to sinus. So why don't you give yourself a period of 3 days? Always give yourself a period of 3 days for anything. So if you have a cold or a flu or a cough or anything, give yourself 3 days. And if it doesn't get any better in those 3 days, then you pop a pill. So I said, okay, makes sense. My doctor told me that. So that's great. So, but what do I do those 3 days? Am I going to suffer? So he says, no, use natural remedies. So that's when I began exploring. And I was old enough by then. I was in college. I was, old enough to cook and things like that. So I experimented, and my grandma gave me this concoction of natural stuff, and we used cinnamon and clove and these tulsi leaves, and then there's black peppercorns and various of things. I'd love to share the recipe with anyone here if you'd want to. So I used to do that. I used to use that. I used to drink that tea and day in, day out, and help my cough. And then further on, it helped my flus. And I knew that this was helping me. So, not having as much medicine helped my immunity, and I got less colds, I got less flu, and I got less coughs. So, I was already in that process of exploring the naturals. And then I got married and I got children. And the first thing that came into my mind was, oh, you know what? This whole allergy thing passes on from one generation to another. It passed on from my grandma to my mom, then to me. And it's just going to get worse, my children. So it became traumatic. And I was like, I'm going to do anything I can to help my children with their immunity, from things to like breastfeeding. And I have twins, and it was really hard for me to divide the feeding with them, but I tried all I could. I did all my research. I researched on how to increase the milk supply and what are the tweaks and what are the tricks and everything. So yes, so I did breastfeeding. I tried all I can to do that because I know it's good for immunity. I exposed them to the sun because I know that's great for immunity. And then again, there was like a lot of natural stuff. I made sure they were away from sugar and salt and everything that I could do in that first 2 years. And then I got introduced to essential oils, and I was blown away because I'm not saying that essential oils is the one that helped my children with immunity, but it's a lifestyle. It's plants. It's plants in its concentrated form. So obviously we need to know how to use it because it's created in that manner. So there is a whole process to it. So you must be aware on what are the things that need to be done and how to use it and whatever. Okay, so we need to be careful because there are a lot of essential oils out there, and not that you pick up any essential oil and say, oh, yay, this is the one that I need to use on a daily basis. So be mindful. Be mindful when I say, when I start talking about the essential oils. So back to that. So I was introduced to essential oils, and I began exploring, I began researching, I began learning, and I took the raindrop technique class where I was introduced to the history and the chemistry of essential oils. So that's where I really, really learned the nitty gritties of the essential oils altogether. And to wrap up my journey, basically, it has become a part of my life. It has become my lifestyle. Today, I can proudly say that after being introduced to the essential oils and making it a part of my lifestyle and really adopting all these naturals into my life, that I have really succeeded in getting my children really strong in their immunity. I am glad that they don't have any allergies. They don't need to go to the doctor for like every slightest things. I am more controlled. I am more aware of what to do and how to do it because I have these tools. I have a way to deal with them. So it's amazing, and it's actually surprising for me because when I suddenly looked at the doctor's book I think a month ago, because I realized they're going to primary, so they are almost 6 this year. They will be 6 this year, and they will be going to primary this year. And I needed to look at their immunization list and their vaccination list. So I said, okay, let's look at the doctor's book. I think it's been a while since I've looked at it. So I opened it and I realized that the last time I really went was in 2018. And surprisingly, 2018 was when I was introduced to essential oils. So anyway, so that was the last time I went to the doctor. And I was like, whoa, so this is amazing that it's been 2 years that I haven't really had to see the doctor for anything major. So they haven't had any kind of cold, flu, cough, fever, or any sickness. And for a growing child, usually that's not the case. At least until about 5 years old, they're generally building their immunity. So I am kind of happy, of course, very happy and very thankful that I have been in this lifestyle and exposed to this, that I've been successful in creating this structure for my children. And not only that, my flus and colds and coughs and digestive issues and my eczema is all gone. So that's another thing that I would like you all to understand, that this is a lifestyle. It doesn't happen overnight. It has been a journey for me. It has been 2 years for me to go through this change. And it has taken me a lot of changes along with the support of essential oils. I had a lot of changes in my lifestyle. And um, this will also help you if you adopt it in the right manner. Okay, so let's get started on what is essential oils all about. Okay, so before I go on, I would just like to clarify that the products I speak of today is not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any kind of disease. And anyone suffering from any disease, please do go and consult a doctor, a physician, a medical practitioner. It is still important for you to go monthly checkup or yearly checkups. It's really important. If you have health concerns and are pregnant or nursing, we do encourage you to seek the counsel of healthcare. And um, please understand that essential oils are not medicines, and it is a lifestyle. You have to see what works for you in what way. So you need to try the oils and start low and slow and find out which is the best for you accordingly. So, what are essential oils? These are basically the lifeblood of the plant. And the lifeblood of the plant, I mean, is the extract and or have if we have ever plucked a plant or a leaf or a branch, the liquid that comes out, that sticky liquid, that is actually the essential oil of the plant. And this lifeblood of the plant actually works in healing the plant. It helps the plant support itself from any outside factor like the weather, like insects, like various things that would actually deter the plant or stop the plant from its growth, or it's like its warning system. So the lifeblood is helps the plant heal, also helps the plant protect itself. Okay, it contains a natural smell and characteristics of the plant. Now, this is something that you need to pay attention to, that essential oils technically need to contain the actual characteristics of the plant. It needs to smell natural and needs to smell not modified. So if you are picking up an essential oil bottle from anywhere, from a grocery store or a place that is into all these aesthetics, you may need to check whether they are actually pure. Now, many claim to be pure, many claim to be organic, but you can trust your senses. So smell it and see if they actually smell natural. If it smells earthy, it smells exactly like the plant itself, then that is the natural essential oil. Okay. Now, these are usually extracted through steam distillation or cold pressed. So they do not go through really high amount of heat, because heat technically compromises the quality of the essential oil. Okay. They are potent, volatile, and very versatile. Now, potent here is very concentrated. It takes about 75 lemons to create a 15 milliliters of an essential oil. Okay, so you get 15 ml bottle. Now it takes 75 lemons to create that. It is also very, very volatile. Um, Volatile here means it evaporates very, very easily. And if it is kept out in the sun, it will oxidize too. So it will lose its quality. So you need to be very careful on how you store your essential oils bottles, because they need to be tightly sealed. And if they aren't, they need to be kept in a dark space. Okay. Then they are very versatile. Now, why do I say versatile? Is because they can be used for various reasons, and they are um, can be and one oil can be used for multiple purposes, and one oil can also be used in various different ways. So that's how they are actually very versatile, and how I will explain further later. It also supports our immunity. So here I stress on the word support. Okay, it does not immediately bring your immunity back. No, it creates a support system for you. So again, here I'm going to enhance that it is not medicine. It is not a quick fix. You cannot say that I have a cold, I'm going to use an essential oil and put a drop on my hand and just inhale and expect it to go away. Sometimes it does happen. It does, because they are strong, as I said. It does happen that there are times that when you inhale and then you have a headache and you inhale a peppermint oil, which is really strong and amazing, and usually with peppermint your headache disappears immediately. But that's not what essential oils are all about. At that point of time, yes, it could have helped you, but it's not. The idea is not for you to just remove that issue at that point of time. It needs to release your issue from the root. So it brings back the balance in the body. So that's what the main thing about essential oils is. It brings back the balance in the body, because its function is to detox. Its function is to remove anything that is not right in your system, and to bring it back to its original point. Okay, so let's go further. Okay, so how can we use these essential oils? Now, they can be used aromatically. I love to use it on my hand just like that, because that's like a portable diffuser. You just take a drop of any oil you would like, put it on your hand, and take a breather. Well, we all love to meditate here. So the best thing to do is connect to the creator, close your eyes and inhale. And the essential oil just helps you, takes you through that deepest subconscious mind and really helps you calm down. So that's really the best way of using these essential oils, because most of the essential oils, the way it works is that it goes through your nasal passage and goes through your limbic system, and then it goes through your bloodstream. Now, your limbic system is the one that is responsible for the memories, responsible for you and your reaction. So this is where everything is, the limbic system is the one that stores all these things. So when we are inhaling the essential oils, most of the time it could trigger memories that have long gone. So sometimes maybe we inhale something and it reminds us of our old grandma who used to apply a certain perfume or something like that, which we were not even old enough to understand at that time. So that's the effect of aromatic use. Now, another use is topically. Topically, you can apply it on your feet. You can also apply it around your body at different parts of your body, where you need it, and usually at nerve endings. So we usually suggest behind the ears, behind the neck, or even at forehead, your crown. These are the places that you may want to apply the oils. And then you can also diffuse them. Now, the use of a diffuser is, of course, also good compared to just using it with your hand, because using it as in a diffuser means you will diffuse it in the whole atmosphere, in the whole area of your room. So multiple people can actually benefit from that essential oil. Okay. Now, when we apply topically, it is always suggested to dilute these essential oils. I will come to what do we dilute it with a little later. So actually, they take 22 seconds. The molecules are the brain, and it takes 2 minutes to be found in the bloodstream. And it takes 20 minutes to affect each and every cell in the body, and 3 hours it takes for the molecules to complete the whole metabolic process. Okay, now these are carrier oils. Now, carrier oils are the ones that are derived from nut, seed, or kernel. Now, the molecules of carrier oils are much bigger. They are thicker in consistency, its viscosity is more. So, at the end of the day, these are the ones that are used to dilute the essential oils. So, whenever we are using essential oils on our body, like I said, we can usually apply essential oils, create like a massage oil for our body, and we can apply it on our body. There are places, maybe sometimes we feel uneasiness on our spine, and our spine is the map of our whole body, and all the nerves join at our spine. So that is the main part of our body that we usually apply essential oils on. So this is where we can take a drop of essential oils, dilute it with the carrier oil, and then apply it on your spine. The other safe place to apply it on is your feet, because your feet have the largest pores in the body, and then it takes in the essential oils and is able to spread it all over through the body really quickly. Now, carrier oils slow down the absorption of essential oils. Now, because essential oils have really small molecules, when they're applied on our body, what happens is, let's say we just apply it here. Maybe it does not create a reaction at that point of time, but because it is so small, sometimes it may create a reaction of heat, or maybe we feel a little itchy or a little bit uncomfortable, but that's the maximum of a reaction. And that is why we generally say to apply carrier oil along with it, so that it slows down the absorption of the essential oil. Okay. Now, some of the carrier oils include coconut oil and sweet almond oil, jojoba oil. There is also a blend called B6. Okay, I have a little video here which talks a little bit about how essential oils go through. Okay, I'm not sure on the sound.
Aromas have a profound impact on your mind. The sense of smell is the only one of your senses that has a direct connection to the limbic lobe of your brain.
I'll just restart.
Aromas
Okay,
have a
great.
profound impact on your mind. The sense of smell is the only one of your senses that has a direct connection to the limbic lobe of your brain. The limbic system is made of structures that play a major role in controlling mood, memory, behavior, and emotion. So knowing this helps us to understand why smell plays such an important role in memory, thought process, mood, perception, emotions, and overall cognition. A number of studies have shown that smells trigger more intense and vivid emotional memories and are better at triggering that feeling of being brought back in time than.
Okay. Okay, so so basically that video just spoke about how aromas actually have a very strong role in triggering a lot of things from our limbic system, and it's actually the main tool of an essential oil to help us overall throughout our body, because at the end of the day our brain is the main function that controls our whole body. So now I would like to just describe a little bit on the oils that we get in our starter kit. Now, here I generally use Young Living because that's the one that I trust. Now, beyond Young Living, there are other brands that are out there, but I haven't really used many. I have used another brand, which when I compare it, I prefer Young Living as in the quality. So beyond that, I cannot say much, but this is what I have been journeying with. So this is what I will talk about today. Now, overall, the oils, the function is exactly the same as the plant itself. And I'm sure if you've heard of the plant overall on how to, many people have like lemon. Let's start with lemon. Lemon on its own as a fruit is, of course, the fruit known for detox, right? So the essential oil will probably work in a similar manner because it supports your metabolic system in that way. Okay, so overall, lemon is very good as it's uplifting and it's very fresh and it's amazing as a grease remover. It has removed a lot of glue stains and even really dark stains from various parts of, in our house and things like that. So it's really good to use around the house. So you can always dilute it with water and use it like a spray, even just to spray it around the house to make your house smell fresh. And then there's lavender. Now, lavender, a lot of people have been using lavender. Now, if you see a lot of the products, a lot of the cosmetics generally use lavender. But again, here you must be mindful that when you are picking up a product, the reason why we use essential oils instead of various products is because the products that we are using contain a lot of chemicals, a lot of things that we may be allergic to, like me. And I was allergic to fragrance and synthetic fragrance. And synthetic fragrance just did not suit me. Now, I did not know that until maybe about 6 years ago or 7 years ago. That was after marriage. I was still coughing and colds off and on, even though I was doing my natural remedies. And that's when I went to the doctor again to get myself tested. So I've had multiple allergy tests in my life. And yeah, so that's when I came to know that I was allergic to fragrance. So the first thing that I needed to switch was everything that had fragrance in it. And surprisingly, when I checked my products, every single product I had synthetic fragrance written on it, and or parfum, or um, I think those are the two famous names that they use, but there are multiple names used for fragrance. So basically, any chemically modified essential oil is called synthetic fragrance. Now, we all know that the beginning of perfumes came from flowers. At the olden time, the Arabs used natural flowers to make the colognes and perfumes. But because of demand, everything has gone chemical, everything has gone modified. So the to maintain that same fragrance, they had to redo it. They had to create the synthetic version of it. So that is why now in our products, in our cosmetics, in a lot of things, in our home care, in our cleaning items, it's so strong. Our cleaning items have every single cleaning item has fragrance, and really, really strong. Our baby products have fragrance in it. And I was shocked because when I told the doctor, oh, so I can use baby products, and he said, no, that's the last thing you can use because baby products have the most fragrance in them. And so that's what we are exposing our babies to, which without realizing, um, we may say there's nothing wrong with them and nothing happens to them, but it accumulates. And what happens is when these toxins accumulate, your body deteriorates. The immunity lowers. When the immunity lowers, your body is just exposed, and then you are prone to get everything. So, the reason why we try to switch to naturals is so that to maintain your body system, to be able to keep your body balanced. And that is why my suggestion to switch to essential oils and to use them around the house, to use them as your products, to use them to diffuse in your house and to maintain that balance. So as much as we can control and whatever products that we can switch, let's start from there. Okay. So further on, there's lavender, which helps to calm yourself. It's amazing, as lavender is a very calming oil. And lavender is also known as the Swiss Army knife. So whenever I've had a question like, what can I use for a certain thing? Maybe I'm having uneasiness and I'm not able to sleep. And again, it's not a quick fix, right? So, of course, there is a process to it. So, that is why I always say start with lavender. When it comes for a baby or for a child, when maybe they have a mosquito bite, or their skin is not smooth, and you want to give like a massage for your child or something, then you could use lavender. So lavender is like the Swiss Army knife of all oils. So you can use it for anything. There is no, oh, you can use it only for a specific thing or the other. Then there's peppermint. Peppermint's amazing for focus. It just helps you focus because it gives you that pep. It is immediate when it comes to like a wake up oil. So I think this is an oil that you would want to diffuse in the mornings. So you feel nice and you feel cool. It's really cooling to the body. So how peppermint works is that it tends to tell your system. So now let's say you're feeling hot and you apply peppermint maybe on your shoulder a little bit just to cool your system down. So what it does is it actually sends the signal to the brain and it tells your brain, hey, you know what? You need to cool down now because the body is cooling. And your body has a regular thermostat anyway. So that thermostat starts to work and it cools down the body. So when it's really hot outside, peppermint's actually your go-to oil to cool down. So that's an interesting tip that you can try. And it's also amazing as an energy booster. So it not only cools your body down, it also boosts your energy. Okay. Now, frankincense is goes really way back to the biblical times. Frankincense was an anointing oil. It was known, it was anointed on baby Jesus, and because it was known to have nerve regeneration qualities, the resin itself. Now, frankincense essential oil comes from the resin. Okay, so not all essential oils are taken from one part of the plant. It comes from different parts of the plant. So frankincense is taken from the resin, and and it's known to have nerve regenerating qualities. So that is why it is used a lot for concentration. So when you apply it, this is an oil that you would apply for yoga or meditation or anything that you want to use for grounding. You would apply it on your feet, you would apply it on your root chakra, you would apply it on your crown, or you can just apply it around your eyes, maybe as a cosmetic. But again, here you can use it as an eye cream, create an eye serum for it and apply it. So not directly, but you can apply it as a, like, create an eye serum, dilute it with a carrier oil. So that is what frankincense can be used for. Then there is copaiba. Now, copaiba is an oil that is known to be a magnifier. Now, why it is called like that is because copaiba tends to clear the pathway for other oils to work better. So that's what copaiba does. So what it does is that it helps the other oil work alongside with it. So when you want to apply other oils, now why do we combine oils is because sometimes one oil works, three oils work better than one. And why is that? Because it's natural and we never know what your body needs. For me, this what I'm explaining is my experience, is what I have known overall. But your body may work differently. Your body may use a different oil for a certain different thing. So we may not know. Maybe some people actually feel sleepy with peppermint, but for me, it's actually a wake up oil. So we've had this experience. We've had a class before, and we gave a drop of peppermint to everybody, and we asked them to smell from their hand, and they did. And actually, one person said she felt sleepy. So you see, as she inhaled the peppermint, it tended to relax her, and she just felt sleepy. But for others, they felt fresh. So you see, different oils work differently. So that's why we say you need to try and explore what works for you best. And so copaiba acts as an opening. pathway. So what it does is that it allows the other oil to work better. So say you want to use frankincense, and you've used it, maybe you want to use it as an eye serum, like I said. Then you can always combine copaiba and frankincense in a roller bottle and then apply it regularly. So copaiba may just magnify the function of the frankincense and work better for your dark circles. Um, then comes RC. Now, RC is a very energizing oil. This has a lot of eucalyptus on it, inside it. It's a blend. It's a blend of a few eucalyptus oils, and it's the best for respiratory. It really supports your respiratory system. So when you diffuse RC and you just, you're around there, you really feel your chest opening up. It really feels good. So this is another oil that you would want to diffuse during exercising or yoga, because it really helps you breathe much, much better. Okay. Then there's stress away. Stress away is the stress buster. Not only relaxes your muscles, it also relaxes your mind. So it really helps with sleep as well, because it's a complete relaxing oil. And it's amazing when you just diffuse stress away in your room and you enter, it just feels like a spa. It's so good. And yeah, so stress away combined with frankincense really puts someone to sleep really well. So that is something that anyone can try. The next is digest. It actually supports the digestive system. So anything that you feel, sometimes you feel uneasiness with your digestive system, digest can be applied on your tummy, or you can just diffuse it. There are some people who just feel better in diffusing, so they can diffuse digest, or you can take a drop of digest on your hand and inhale, and then allow it to work accordingly. Because digest really, really helps with any digestive system uneasiness. Then that really is helpful with digest. Yeah, you feel much, much better and much, much comfortable with it. Then there's panaway. Now panaway is an oil which is another fresh oil. It contains peppermint, it contains helichrysum, it has another oil called wintergreen, and so it's a blend of oils. So this is another oil that helps with any kind of uneasiness or muscles or tight muscles in the body. This is the oil that I always apply for massages, because it really helps to allow the blood flow. And I think we haven't had any massages since like the longest time because of this pandemic. So I guess we just make ourselves happy just by massaging our feet at night, or dipping your feet in water and giving yourself that little spa like experience at home. So Panaway is your best friend for that. Then there's Aroma Ease. Now, Aroma Ease is an oil that contains ginger, and everyone knows ginger is amazing for inflammation, right? I mean, I think I still use ginger off and on just in my tea to help me with any kind of um, maybe when I have a muscle issue or something, or even when I have like a cough and a cold, ginger is my go-to. So um, so Aroma Ease has ginger in it, and it really helps with queasy tummies. So this is something that for morning sickness, or a person with motion sickness, yeah, this is something that you can always carry in your pocket, because Aroma Ease really helps with that kind of uneasiness. Now, the other two, the last two, are my favorites. Again, they are very, very versatile. So thieves. Now, um, thieves is an oil that keeps the body balanced. Okay, this is the concoction that I used to make. Is that in a bottle, literally. It contains rosemary, it contains lemon, it contains clove and cinnamon. And these are the same things that I used to boil in my concoction and give my children and have myself as a tea. So, teas is basically that concoction. Now, because it has clove in it, it actually supports healthy teeth and gums. Now, how would you use this as in your teeth? Now you can always gargle with just one drop uh, of it in water. But if you feel uncomfortable, need to do that. You can just um, you can use the thieves toothpaste, because there is a thieves toothpaste available. Okay, and that is specifically created for the teeth and the gums. So you don't have to use the thieves essential oil. But the essential oil itself warms the body really well, especially in the cold. And if someone is uneasy, then you can just put a drop of thieves on your feet, and you're really warm. And thieves is also known to get rid of molds. So this is something that you could always try as a DIY in your surroundings. Then purification is the oil that keeps bacteria and insects at bay. So this is another famous or popular one that I would use around the house as a spray in my mop mixture, or as a diffuser. So in the diffuser, so purification is another one that you would want to use. And purification is another one that you can use as a deodorant. Now, as a deodorant, what I mean is, again, you don't apply directly. What you would do is create a DIY and apply it. Now, I have mentioned a lot of DIYs, and I will be teaching some of these DIYs in my next class. So feel free to join in. And if you have the oils, it would be better. So then you can always join in and learn alongside when I demonstrate those DIYs. Okay, so let's go to the next. Now, here are some more oils that can help in your daily life. There's another oil called Valor. Now, Valor is called liquid courage. I think in Philippines, I think there are some emotional oils right now, which are, I call them emotional oils because they are termed relating to our emotions. So I think there's highest potential as one of the oils that is on PV in this month. So that is something that you can look at the Philippines office. And then, so highest potential is, of course, an oil that can help you reach highest potential. Now, you would wonder why these oils are termed according to our emotions, or you would wonder why or how person can actually, it can affect a person. But again, like I said, it affects a person through its limbic system. It helps one think or process their thoughts in that way. So, the same way Valor would, before a presentation or before any performance or before an exam. And Valor is something that I use regularly because I think courage is something that I've always needed in life. So, Valor is something that I've always used because it's known for providing that self confidence. So that's what happens when you inhale Valor and you affirm to yourself, and it just gives you that instant courage, and you feel like ready to take over the world. So that's one that I always say is another oil that I always need to have. Then there's release. Now, release helps a lot with negative energies. Now, technically, it's known to help release any blocks in your body. So if you feel you have a block, you feel you haven't been able to get ahead, you feel you need to conquer, and there's still something stopping you, release is the oil that will maybe help you tap that block. So that is an oil that is another amazing oil. Release is also known to it's always applied at the liver point. Now, why the liver point is because all our anger is generally stored there. So that is where we start with. So that's where we always apply release and allow that anger to come out first. So be sure you will be angry for a long time, or well, not a long time, but maybe a day or so when you are using release. So that is the side effect. And or you could be crying, but there is some way of release. Always there is some way of release, which you would know after you start using. Then there's joy. Of course, after using release, then comes joy, because um, when you release all that anger, you need the happiness, right? I think everyone needs joy, and we all want that balance of emotions overall. So these are the main emotional oils. I think this is the one that got me stuck to the oils, because I use it a lot to balance my emotions. And it has taken me through this amazing journey of self discovery through these oils. So, so yes, so that's the exploring. Now, I'm not going to touch on these do's and don'ts so much. I guess once you do start using the essential oils, we do have like an education, we do have a group where we train and we tell you all these important things at that time. But simple things are that don't keep your oils near your gadgets. You know, you always start at your feet. Don't expose your oils to the sun, and don't use plastic containers and stuff when you are making your DIYs. So basically, that's about it. But always start low and start slow with the oils. These are things that you have to explore. So when you are getting started with essential oils, you need to be committed to it. It's not something that you do it once and say, oh, no, it doesn't work. It's not going to happen. No, it doesn't work that way. It will not work. But it takes time, it takes commitment, it takes a person who really wants to, research, understand, and really change your life. If that's your goal, then go for it. This is the best way to, start and discover yourself and be able to change your lifestyle. So, why Young Living? Now, why did I choose Young Living? Because I found its quality the best, the first. And in time, I realized they had nothing to hide. I have researched, I joined as a skeptic as well. I am not a person that will just join and just dive into something without really, studying it, without really researching. But that's what I did. I did my um, groundwork, I did my research, and I realized they really have nothing to hide. If you have a question about the oils, they'll send it to you. The ingredients, or what are the things that goes into it, how do you distill these oils, and what is the process? Everything they'll send it to you. Everything. In fact, the farm is open for you to go and visit. In fact, each and every person who becomes a member is told to come and visit. So it's open anytime. Of course, it's not during this pandemic, but I'm waiting to go. I can't wait to travel soon enough, as soon as everything dies down. But but the best part is social media. Now everything's on social media, so they're open and they have lives on their farm, and they show us different processes. And and we've known that, if they had something to hide, we've had a past where the valor that was called liquid courage that I mentioned about, that was out of stock for, I think, a year plus, more than that. And just because blue tansy as one of the ingredients was not harvested in the right way. And when, well, they planted it, it was harvested. And when they did the testing, it didn't go through the testing. The testing failed. And when the testing failed, they threw the whole lot. If they wanted to lie to us, if they wanted to modify, if they wanted to go according to what the general, a lot of profit making companies do, then they could have lied and they could have just processed it. But no, they sent it out to the members saying that apologies, that we will not have valor for some time because we need to replant the blue tansy. And so they created a new blend, just as a replacement for a while, called Valor 2, but of course without the blue tansy as an ingredient. So that's something that got me trusting. But again, for a person who is new, please feel free to ask. You need to do your own research. You need to go through your own due diligence and then get into it. Yes, I did my due diligence. I did my research. So you can come and ask me at any time. I am willing to share. And they do have a seed to seal process, which is very meticulous, from the process of the seeds to its sealing. It is very meticulous, and they pay attention to each detail of it. And it's a relationship based community, and that's what I like best about it, because we learn from each other. And that's the reason why Young Living oils are not readily available. If they are readily available, they may not be genuine. So please make sure that you are buying Young Living oils. If you do buy Young Living oils, you're buying as a member, and you become a member and you buy it from the registered company. And you can buy from the registered company through another member, because that other member would be the one who will be guiding you on how to use it. So you can always come to me, as I do have a community that supports each other to educate about the essential oils overall and how to use, and the DIYs. We do have regular classes on various things about the oils. So please feel free to contact me at any time and let me know whether you would like further guidance on this. Okay. Now, I am not going to do a DIY today. So that's it for today. Is there any questions? Okay. So I guess we're done for today. And if there is any questions, or if you would like to contact me, my Instagram is, I will send the details through Third Eye, and then they can always pass it on to everyone here. And I hope you enjoyed this sharing. If there is anything more that you would like, feel free to contact me, or you can always contact Third Eye and get in touch with me. Thank you so much.